But so we see that table topics can be twisted in many different ways, and that there are lots and lots of ways of covering it. Sometimes if you're not sure what you can say or what to say, you can just twist it, as Judy says. Sometimes you just simply come up and sort of babble and say whatever comes up on your way of mind. One of the tricks that we do when we have a table topic is silence. You can stop for a second. Don't try to rush into it, just think for a moment. And my favorite thing to do with table topics is, oh God, is usually that first thing that pops into your mind when they say it. And there's always something that jumps in, and usually it's like, oh no, I don't want to do that. But the second thought after that usually is where you can start to build. So that's what I like to do with it. You get some really good ideas that way. Oh, we have our first speaker of the evening, and Charles Van Buskirk. Now, by day, he claims to be working at one of our local markets. But I looked him up on the internet. That's not true. You're looking at the mild-mannered guy. But in reality, his hobby, his great thing in life, and you have photographs out there on the internet of him doing it, he goes out and he says things like, "Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, welcome the new, the great, the fabulous starlets, they're hanging from the ceiling and spinning." And what he really does in the background, he's a ringmaster for one of the circuses. Charles Van Buskirk. And if you don't believe me, put in Charles Van Buskirk into Google and see what comes up.
Thank you, Larry. So, Toastmasters, yes. Every word you speak can have a profound impact on someone. Today, I urge you to keep an open mind. Every word spoken can have many multiple meanings, depending on how you are that day. Words matter, and how open you are to those words matters. If you look at advertising today, you see how successful words are, whether you agree with them or not. For example, if you're a smoker, in today's world, you are ridiculed and battered with. We are always seeing the health effects of cigarettes. My mother had cancer but never smoked. Life is short. There is not one thing on the market that can help you live indefinitely. Someday we will die. We are aging every day. Embrace your age. Don't cover it up to look younger. The before is better than after to me, because the after is fake. It is the idea that words of those around the victim fix the change. Don't change unless it's what you need. Change is part of daily life. Live, grow, be more than who you are. Not because society tells you this is what you should do. The point is to live in a way that people will leave behind, will remember and live better. By whose definition is better? For every generation, from Romans to Greeks to settlers in 1800s, all faced hard times. Is your struggle today worse than the one faced by your grandfather? Is the Great Depression of the 1930s worse than the recession today? Depends on your point of view. If you're living in 1930 and on the street because you were facing hard times, you live in that day. You wouldn't care about the struggles of 2010. We don't have it as bad as this today, as we have internet and TV to distract us from the world. All we need is a television set. Well, we need a new HD TV signal. We need to be able to afford the TV. However, they did live without TV, sitting in silence with family members. I could go on all day with troubles. We get so close in troubles that we don't see beyond them. Sit back in your seat. Just relax for a moment. Take a deep breath. Think of a happy memory or goal achieved. Love. I want you to feel love. What would you do for the people you love? Would you give up your life for them? Would you work day after day to improve yourself for a future that may or may not happen? Devote your years before you meet them to establish networks for them, learn to speak for them, through them. You know that what you're working for is out there. You are perfect the way you are. Being who you are is what makes us different. You close yourself off to what could be. You need to have empathy for those around you in other situations. Step back and pause. Take a breath and remember that when you free yourself from fear and doubt, feel what you led to do without reservation. Feel the expression of love so great that you will be teaching and sharing a part of yourself that you live on in the minds of those around you. In some way, remember the peace that matters most to them. You change the world depending on your actions. Keep an open mind in every situation, in every second. Keep your heart open to love and joy that is within you. And may the peace come into our lives to those who are around us. Thank you.
Good job. Yeah,